Hi, beautiful people. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you again. Today I'm reviewing one of my favorites, and I think is one of South Africa's popular books. It's called Hlomu. Sorry, I'm not Zulu. Hlomu the Wives. Sorry, by Dudu Dube. Wow. Yeah. I know a lot of you are a fan of this book. If you're not a fan of this book, please get this book. It's a really, really good book. So basically it's very it's your normal South African storyline. Um and I appreciate the how authentic it is and how relatable it is. It's not far-fetched, and yeah, I feel like every or any typical South African can read this book and relate to it. um I really, really like the writers um the writer's writing, because it's very simple, and um usually when you write a book from someone's point of view, it's easier for people to relate because you start thinking and you start seeing and you start imagining how that um in a way you start relating to how that person is feeling. So big ups on that, big ups on the storyline. So basically the book is about this young lady who um comes has an encounter with a taxi driver. So, oh, before I continue, I read this comment. I'm not sure if it was on Twitter or where did I see it. Someone said this book changed their perspective around taxi drivers, because for us, like, usually a taxi driver is just someone who takes you from point A to point B, and usually we are very I don't know how to put it, but we're a bit afraid of them because they can be aggressive. I'm not saying all of them are, but they can be yeah, somewhat aggressive. So usually it's not someone ideally a person would go for. And speaking about this, like, our main character in the beginning speaks addresses the whole thing that she's not someone who's going to date a taxi driver, because she, or like us, had a certain perspective about taxi drivers. But this book totally changes that. Yeah, anyways, so yeah, basically she falls in love with this she's pursued by this taxi driver, and eventually they fall in love. So this is like a love story, a South African authentic love story. Yeah, I think yeah, wow, I think um Dudu deserves a round of applause for this book. It's an old book, so most of you already know it. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was published around 2004, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry if I'm mistaken. So yeah, and you guys should check it out. You should really check it out. So continuing with the storyline, I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody. So it's just like a brief synopsis. So it's about this young woman who meets a guy called Makala. The girl's name is Hlomu. 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 Yes, Mahlomu. If I'm not, oh guys, if I'm butchering Zulu, please forgive me. Oh, Bulali. But like, it's not a matter of Zulu, it's just that sometimes I struggle with pronunciations. So it's, yeah, in general, Jay. So she meets a guy called Makala Zulu. Makala has this huge family. He comes from this huge family. Not so she comes from this. I mean, sorry. So he comes from this huge family. that consists of like seven brothers. So all of them together they're like eight. And apparently like their biggest feature is that they have these huge buggy eyes. So like that's a feature that's constantly um communicated to us through the book. So it's a good love story. It's a realistic love story. It has its ups and downs. Like they experience their ups and downs like every like most normal relationships. And yeah, so she gets into their life. She gets entangled into this taxi driver life. It comes with the power. It comes with the money. It comes with war. It comes with violence since they're in the taxi industry. So just that was just like a summary of the book, right? I don't want to ruin for anybody who hasn't read it. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. So, anyways, um, things that I liked about the book, I liked Hlomu's writing. I mean Dudu's writing. It's very accommodating. It accommodates you. It accommodates me. It accommodates your average Joe, like every Tom, Dick, and Harry. So like I liked her writing. I liked it, the fact that she wrote it from um first person, so meaning Guti from Hlomu's point of view. Um I like the fact, like I already said, it's very authentic, it's very South African, very relatable. Like y- as you're reading the book, yeah, you go like, yeah. You have those moments, yeah, because it's real. It's a real book. It's real life, and I appreciate South African authors because our stories need to be told. So big ups, girl. Like, yeah, you did the things. So I really learned a lot about the Zulu tradition, the Zulu culture, um, and like how they have clan names, and appreciate how, wow, it's a beautiful thing. I appreciate how Zulu families look out for each other, like they're like a real true family. Like and I also learned the fact that like if your brother's kid is also considered to be a kid, like that's a beautiful thing. Like I really appreciate the Zulu tradition and their unity. They have each other's backs. Like wow, that's beautiful. Like they willing to die for each other. Like we got you. When they say we got you, we got you. So um I really appreciate that about it. So yeah, things that I didn't like. Okay. So in the middle, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was in the middle of the book. The book becomes too slow. Like I'm a very selfish reader, right? So if you're telling me that this person is the main character and you're telling the story from the main character's point of view, I become too invested into the main character, right? And um, so you can't, the moment you start focusing on those other characters and stuff like that, it was just a bit, not throughout. You start focusing on other characters. Like for me it gets a, yeah, I get like, I don't know, I get a little bit disconnected because I don't really know want to know about the other people. I just want to know about the person that I want to know about this um the main character. I want to know about Hlomu. I want to know about her being a wife. But I understand that those the part that was introduced, the storyline that was introduced was necessary just to show Gucci her duty as a wife is accommodating the whole family and stuff like that. So yeah, I found it a bit too slow. Maybe it's because I'm a dramatic person and I like drama. So like I was like, okay, we get it. But then yeah, but I still enjoyed the book. I still enjoyed all those storylines. Um And the money issue, I don't know. I'm not from yeah, I'm not from a taxi driver's background, or I've never really, or environment. I've never really interacted with like a family where there's like an actual taxi driver mogul, or I don't know what you call them. So I don't know how much, like how rich can someone get, but I felt like maybe in perhaps in certain part the money was a little bit, sorry, too too much. If I'm not, if I'm, yeah, it was just a tad, not too much, but just a tad too much. Like I was like, that's a little bit questionable. Yeah, that's a little bit too much. But then, yeah, I can't really go deeper into that because I'm not from, like I said, I don't know a lot about the taxi industry. Like my only interaction with the taxi industry is when they take me from point A to point B. I've never dated a taxi driver. Like, yeah, I don't have yeah, I don't have a friend who's a taxi driver, or I don't have a family member who is one. So I wouldn't know that much in terms of how much goes in and how much goes out. And yeah, so just just yeah, just those were just the bits that I felt like, okay, then they, but I still appreciate the fact that the book, the whole book, the whole storyline, it was good, it was exciting. So a little bit about the characters, right? So basically, the main character, who is Hlomu, which is the wife. Like I said, we're reading it from her point of view. She, I feel like she was more carefree in the beginning, but then when she started, when she entered this family, then um yeah, she got more money, but then, like, like Biggie said, more money, more problems. Along with the money, along with gaining a family, gaining a man, came like huge problems and trouble. And and she was pretty resilient, but then um like everybody else, she was human to the point where she started lowering her standards for the guy. So there were things that she said that she wouldn't do before. For example, like dating a taxi driver. I can't mention other things because I feel like I will thinking. I feel like I will ruin the book. So this is for the people who haven't read it. So there were things that she said that listen, I'm not gonna do this, but my guy came, but she's doing them. So yeah, so there's that. And that yeah, I felt like she was easily persuaded, but then that's what happens in relationship, and I feel like she compromised too much. But that's like my personal point of view, because I yeah, I'm trying not to be biased, because me and marriage, guys, oh, and you see, it looks, yeah, it makes marriage looks hectic. And she was too accommodating, because here she came, and I don't know, maybe I don't know how the role of a wife is defined, but we'll talk about that a bit later. And then I liked Kawe too. Kawe is one of the brothers. He's, I think, 11 months younger than Makale. Makale is the main character, the guy who asked Hlomu out. So his little brother is Kawe. So Kawe is what, um he's he's a version of Makala, but then a softer version, like a more caring and understanding version. I felt, yeah, I felt that because Somlo usually went to him whenever there was problems in the relationship and stuff like that. Problems that I can't really talk about because I don't want to ruin the book. And then who else? I also liked Langa. Langa was is Shlomo's um twin brother. I liked his whole atmosphere. I liked his storyline. I can't go deep into it. Okay, sorry about that. So another person that I'd like to analyze is another character. I'm not gonna analyze all of them. I just gonna analyze the ones that I mostly gravitated towards. So it was Makala, which is the guy. And so as you you'll see as you're reading, he's that kind of like possessive guy. His territory, like his woman is his woman. Like yeah, he's that guy. And in the beginning, like if you're in the honeymoon phase, it it might be, I don't know, it might be kind of attractive, but then as you go on, you dig and then you see that yeah, maybe it's not so much. And I've noticed that like a lot of books, like a lot of romances, it's like a trend now. They when they building guy or when they building character, it's usually the main lead, the main male lead is, it's like they have this a similar personality. He's that guy, the one who's possessive, the one who obsesses over the female character. And people, depending on who you are and what you like, you might argue that it's a bit unhealthy. But then we're not at the moment, we're just analyzing him as a character. We're not analyzing um yeah, we're not giving I'm not giving a general comment. I'll give a general comment at the end. So yeah, like I said, he's very extremely manly, like I'll put that in air quotes. And he's very alpha, very dominating. As much as he is um dominating and in control most times, there's other times where he flips, and I felt like he was very childlike. So I've noticed, and it's a trend that's going on, and I feel like it also applies in real life when someone is very very dominating and they have like these unsolved issues. There's a when they crumble, they become like childlike, and the female lead has to be the one who gets in and swaps them up and actually builds them up. So as much as I felt like Makala had some kind of power over Hlomu, Hlomu had the similar power over him. They were both in a way, they all in a way, as it went into the book, they both became very dependent on each other. Their happiness evolved around each other, and this reminded me of the Will Smith and Jada Smith saga, where Will Smith told Jada that he was not responsible for her happiness, so she has to go out and make sure that she's happy. She has to come to him as a full person. So although like we noticed that in the beginning, Shomlo is like a full person in a way. I'm putting air quotes to that. I don't mean like other people are not full, but then compared to Matkala was in a way broken, and he had a lot of issues to deal with, some insecurities, and yeah. So when they met, you you'd see Loyana, Shomla as this full person and Matkala as this broken person, and eventually when they became one and they started feeding off each other. And depends how you see it. You might see it as uh like I said, a bit unhealthy. Yeah. So moving on to, like, I'm done with the characters. So to analyze it generally as a book and stuff like that, it is, like I said, it is a good read. It's worth reading. The only problem you might, like, things that you might pick up is that there were some grammatical errors, but they're not hard in your face. But then if you're very, like, if you know your grammar properly, then you're gonna see them. So yeah. So like I said, it's a good read despite the fact that it has grammatical errors. And it's, if you like more invested into English, then it might bother you, like at the back of your mind you might fail to concentrate because of the grammatical errors. But then if you were drawn into the storyline, like I was, like I started forgetting about the grammatical errors and I ignored them and I continued reading, and it was good. And then I'll I've, I have to warn, like, people with maybe a past that involves abuse, because this book might trigger some of those things. I don't want to get into detail because I feel like I might spoil it, but then it might trigger some people. So I think they should put a trigger warning, because there's a lot of emotional scenes or emotional parts in that book. And if you're like a survivor and stuff like that, um it might trigger something. So yeah, just the warning there. I feel like it should be placed on the book. But then yeah, so yeah, that's the gist of it. And then, like, my general thoughts. So this is like putting the book aside. The book is a good read, and I recommend that people read it. Dube, Mrs. Dube did miss. I'm not sure if she's married, so I'll just call her by full name. It's Dudu Dube. She did a good job. She wrote a nice story. Her story, her storytelling is amazing as well. And the book is very, very addictive. It's one of those books that once you get in, you don't want to put it down and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, so now I'm gonna jump into, like, general thoughts. Putting the book aside, and we analyzing, like, we just being general. We're not analyzing how the book was written, or um the storytelling, or things like that. We just like, issues around the book, right? So um one of the things was, like, from the beginning the relationship had a lot of red flags. And this is weird because although it had a lot of red flags, I was excited. So meaning good, maybe I don't know, I'm damaged, or I'm attracted to toxic people. I don't know, guys. Like, because you know what they say, right? I think it's from you, like the series You, the one with Joe, right? Is it Joe? Yeah, and then he goes like, damaged people attract damaged people. Yeah, guys. So, like the beginning, Jay, like, there was so many red flags. I'm like, oh my god, yo, this is creepy. Oh no, and then she had, like, wait, I don't know. And like, even as the relationship developed, you saw so many toxic behaviors. And Miguel just, yeah, we like what we like. The heart was wants what it wants. I'm like, yeah. I and then yeah, and the relationship was too fast for me. Like it just and then next thing happens. How so fast? But I guess like if a guy knows what they want and they see a future with you, like why wait? But I felt like she could have waited a bit just to know the guy better. But then it is what it is. Utado, it's love. It does that to you. And yeah, from all this, um, like the whole relationship, the lies or the secrets, it for me personally it scared me, like because in my head I'm like, does this mean this is what it means to be a wife? Because first of all, you have to accommodate the family, you have to accommodate your man, you have to accommodate your man's fears, his insecurities. Yes, like every problem, every burden, when you just carry, when you're the wife, you're the superhero. Like it bothers me again. Like, but then it's a good thing that uh, um, she wrote about it, so that we can strike a conversation about around that. Guti, is this what it means in South Africa? Is this what it means for you to be a wife? Like, do you have to show strength over and over again? And I hated when people describe black women as strong. Oh my gosh, I hate that. I'm like, no, dude, I don't want to be strong. Give it that soft life. I want that soft life. I want, I give it there, but like I want to be babied. I don't want the title which is strong black woman. I'm like, no, am I an oh like no, like I don't understand. Like I understand where it comes from and I respect that, but then it shouldn't be our thing. It shouldn't be our personality. I don't want to be a strong woman. And this book, it it constant English ibalekile. It showed over and over again. Guti Samlo is a strong woman. Like wow, what she endured, and um, besides the other things where I felt like she was more of a victim. Um, I'm talking when I mean like her being strong. I mean in terms of supporting the whole family and supporting the guy and being there and being able to put them together and close to each other and stuff like that. So like yeah, in that case she's a strong woman, but in others you can just say, "Hey, sorry, Miguel was a victim." So yeah, excuse me, sorry. Um. So yeah, that was like in terms of like my thoughts. It was like that. Like I kept going back to that and that. Ukuthi, yeah, can't do so. Umshado. It doesn't make umshado seem desirable. Like yo, you go like I'm busy, guys. And then yeah, and in a way, I don't know, like it also brought that thing with when you marry a person, specifically a black guy, you marry into his whole family. So you marry the whole family, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like I love the fact that they support each other, but yeah, as much as they support each other, their bad and it comes with their bad, and so the good comes with the bad. So I'm like, so, but I don't know. Those are like personal choices. These are like my own personal general thoughts. Yeah, and they're like far away from the book and stuff like that. And yeah, ish, I don't know. Like you you see a guy like Kala, and I feel like in the dating phase he's like your ideal guy because he shows you that he likes you and he goes all out. It's like yeah, you could like oh, take me, take me. And you know how it is like toxic relationships are like the bomb. They're like yeah, but then long term, long term now you're dealing with his insecurities. You're dealing with all the bad. You carry the good and the bad. So like yeah, but it was a nice book. It highlighted the realism of what's currently happening in South Africa. I'm pretty sure like a lot of women experience this. They go through this. Yeah, but then again, I would like to like go back to the money. Yeah, I felt like it was way too much, but then it is what it is. I don't know anything about the taxi industry, but yeah. Anyways, guys, that's I feel like that's the end of my review. I have covered everything. So go out, buy the book, guys. Buy the book. Don't read these free PDFs and say ban email it to me in because you're not supporting an artist after all. If you want Dudu to continue on writing, you have to buy her books. So buy her books so that she can make money. She can be a millionaire and make more books. I don't know. Okay, I don't know where she is. I'm just excited. Yeah, but then just buy her books. Guys, go to exclusive books or CNA or whatever where they sell books and buy books, guys. You can just buy them online. If you want hard paper, you can buy Take a Lot, or if you want to serve coffee, you can buy on all these platforms. But just buy the book, guys. Don't ask someone to send it to you it's like a piracy, like a book piracy. How, guys? Why are you doing this to this lady? You love her work, you're supporting her, but she's not getting any money. She's just getting the hype. How, guys? Please buy the book. Stop reading the PDFs. Buy the book. Stop asking people to send you. Buy the book. Buy the book. Maybe I should run a competition around the book. I don't know. I'll see. I'll see, guys. But buy the book, please. Buy the book. It's a nice story. I'll try and read the other ones. I think I read My Lady. Yeah, I read Naledi and I haven't read the second one. I think the second one is around is it Zandile, the one who's in prison? So I haven't read that, but I read Naledi if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I read Naledi, I remember because the Naledi chick couldn't say the word kawe and they taught her over and over again. I felt like that was a bit it was annoying, but okay, fine, that's that. But yeah, yeah, this is a nice book. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you're gonna be angry, you're gonna feel betrayed. Like, okay, maybe that's me, but I feel like you're gonna feel that because when I read a book, I become so invested, and it's like the things are happening to me. So, but yeah, read the book, guys. You're gonna enjoy it, please. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Like, please tell people about it. Like, please tell people about my um podcast. Share, and please comment. Like, let me know if there's something that you didn't like, where I can improve, and if it's positive. Please also put it there. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be running competition soon. I'm just trying to figure out what maybe it's gonna be a book or a voucher. I'd rather go a voucher so that people can buy what they want, but I'll let you know. Cheers.